Alright guys, Chase E here, and in this video we're going to go over three things. We're going to go over what an MVP is, the benefits of an MVP, and the formula that you can use in order to gain that MVP title. Okay, so let's talk about what an MVP is. So within your department, an MVP is not the person who is highest paid. The MVP is actually the person who is hardest to replace, right? When you're going for that MVP title, it's difficult to be the highest paid person because you could have someone there two levels above you making a lot more, don't really understand how the pay structure works. But the way that I define an MVP is the person who's hardest to replace. You're providing so much value that when it comes to laying people off or deciding where promotions or raises are going to go, you're the first person on the list for the gains and the last person on the list to be let go if something is going south because of the amount of value that you're bringing to the table. All right, let's talk about the benefits of gaining that MVP title. So, not only do you get raises, not only are you first line for promotions, but you also get job security, you get fulfillment, you get other opportunities, you gain more education. There are just a lot of benefits of being in like the top percentage of providers or of producers within your department. And, ultimately, at least one of the ways that I see it is that you have to work and be at work anyways. So it makes sense to get the most out of the time that you actually have to put in. And one of the things that I think a lot of people get wrong is when you're going for that MVP title, when you're striving for more, that doesn't mean you have more work to do. I'll show you the formula in the next point, but you actually end up working less and you just end up working smarter in order to get that title. And so we'll go over that, or we'll go over how that works in the next point. Okay, so let's talk about the MVP formula, or the formula that you can use to gain that MVP title. So the formula itself is P plus E plus HIPS or HIPS equals MVP. And so basically how that's broken down is the P is productivity. So the first thing that you focus on is you study productivity and you study how to manage your time better. And so you increase your productivity so you get more of your work done in less time. And so the next part of that is the E. The E stands for education. And what you'll do is you'll take that saved time that you've gained through that productivity and you'll invest it in education. And you'll invest it in areas that, one, make you faster at your job, and two, that provide more value to the department. And so what ends up happening is when you focus on productivity and then you spend that time saved on education, then you begin this trek to become the most educated person in your department, which we live in the age of information is incredibly valuable. So after you focus on productivity and then you invest that time into education, then you get to the next step, which is HIPS, which stands for high impact problem solving. So that's when that next phase, that is when you take your productivity skills, you take your education, and you invest it into high impact problems within your department. So if your department is struggling with hitting a certain goal or with a certain process, you educate yourself on how to better that process or how to solve that problem. And then you go ahead and you solve that problem. And that's how you provide really high impact to your department. And what happens is you create this flywheel where productivity, you're focusing on your productivity, you're getting your work done quickly, you're educating yourself on problems that need to be solved within your department, and then you're investing some of that saved time into solving those high impact problems. And that's what will take you from where you are in value all the way up to here where you're just incredibly high value, and you keep that system going, you document your work, and that is what gets you that MVP title. So, like I said, there are many benefits of becoming the MVP, right? The formula is again P plus E plus HIPS equals MVP. You're going to be at work. It's best to get the most out of that time, work smarter, not harder. And really all of that to get paid what you deserve, right? You're putting in that time every single day. It makes sense to maximize it and get paid what you deserve. So if that's something that you're interested in, go ahead, subscribe to my channel. That is what this YouTube channel focuses on. That's what my future courses are going to focus on, is increasing your productivity, increasing your education so that you can solve those high impact problems for your department so you can hit that MVP title and gain those raises, promotions, and everything else that goes along with it. So thank you so much for your time. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day and keep learning.